Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft ChaosVille. I'm your host Kieran Dave, creator of the Resident Rise mod pack, but no one particularly special on this server. This is Dave's server, and he rules here. Not me, Dave. Not me, Dave. So, we have updated. That's right. I am now playing on a server that no longer has IC2. If I look for at IC2 or Industrial Craft, we totally strike out. So this is the new version of ChaosVille, which by the time you are watching this will certainly be available publicly, although at the time I'm recording this, I just wanted to play after spending a whole night updating the public mod pack. So I decided I'd play for a little bit, but I just need to write a change log. It's otherwise all ready to go. I think I just need this many. Yeah, all ready to go. It's a little late here, so I may sound a little bit foggy, but at the same time I'm not sure I care because I'm so excited to play in this pack. And I feel like that's sort of like the thing that people like to see. You know, just the passion for the game. I'm really, actually, now that we have the updates, I'm so excited about, I guess I do need one more. I'm so excited about all these update mods that it's just like I can barely wait, right? So I actually want to play here because I really want to take revenge. I haven't had a game of, well, like a game like this where I actually want to take revenge on someone, where I feel like I have an antagonist on the server. Usually I'm the admin, and people wisely choose not to antagonize their server admins. So, you know, that's definitely cool. I kind of like it, to be honest. Well, what are we going to do today? I went questing. I actually found out that I could use Mutandis to make carrots and potatoes, but I also found a village, so no problem. Problem solved. No, you know, just freaking easy right there, right? No issues whatsoever. And so I went ahead and I extended my little thing here, you know, just a little bit further. And of course, we've got all the things we could ever possibly want. We definitely won't have problems making infusions now at any point in time. Or yeah, I guess fumes and infusions, things like that, like all from witchery. And that's actually what we're going to work on first. We're going to try and break this curse. But I've been warned that it's entirely possible that I will fail at this whole thing. Oh, chat, what I found in the chest, by the way. I found a ender pearl seed. So now I only found one. I actually found a bunch of other stuff too. But I don't know if I showed it on camera. I can't remember because I'm tired. Let's take a look just so you can see. This is the chest where I'm hiding all that stuff. Look, I found division sigils and all the whole 9 yards. So that's exciting. Even netherwort, which I sort of need for other stuff. I should just get to planting that, huh? But yeah, so stuff for sure. Right, so what I want to do is go ahead and work on making a brew of love to start. And we're going to probably try to make a few of these just so that we can really get somewhere. And then after we're done with this, we're going to start looking at what it's going to take to build our next base. So I need a little bit of rose and a little bit of whiff of magic, some water artichokes, and cocoa beans. One of this will get me 3. So I need 3 lily pads. Folks, give me just a moment. I'm going to go and see if I can find some lily pads, because I know I don't have any offhand, and I know I need to bring, I'm pretty sure I need to bring shears to deal with that. If not, then no harm, no foul. Good to have them. I'll be right back after I find some lily pads. Alright folks, after a little bit of running around, I believe I have the ingredients for the brew of love necessary to cleanse us of the misfortune curse that we're suffering. We need a brew of love. So let's go ahead and see if we can make a few of these, because they'll actually be useful later on. So if I get this right, first thing I do is I toss in one of these, one of these, one of these. Oh look, it changes color. That's so cool. Man, this mod is neat. Okay, one of these, and then finally one of these. Now I think, yeah, now you can see it begin to bubble. And I think that's it. So if I just go point, 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 I have 3 brews of love, which probably is sufficient for what we want to do. Although I have enough ingredients. Well, you know what? We'll save it for now. What else do we need for our ritual? So we have the brew of love. We need taglock kits, breath of the goddess, which we get by roasting. As I recall, we get that by roasting. That's right, birch saplings. So let's go ahead and go over to our trusty birch sapling repository, and let's just go ahead and like burn a few really quick. I think we have a few on hand too. Oh, by the way, you'll notice my poppet shelf is gone, and this bed, I don't sleep in it anymore. It's kind of a decoy bed. I've realized that having my bed in such an obvious place is something of a liability, so I'm not going to do it anymore. That one is just there, so that should be good. Let's go ahead and just toss the rest of them in. We'll deal with our clay problem soon. Well, you know what? Let's just keep a few on hand just to, you know, be safe. Want to be safe. Don't want to get into a situation. And now we have this big bag to just completely not manage our inventory. I promise that we will start inventory management things soon. You'll see why I have it held off towards the end of this episode. I think I'll probably show you what we're up to. Okay, so we need some tag lock kits. So I do need these. I knew I made 2 sets for a reason. I think in here, yeah, 1, 2, 3. And all we have to do is toss these in here. Tag lock kit. And then we need spider eyes and gunpowder. Do we have any of those? I think we do. We have some spider eyes. And I'm sure we have a fair supply of gunpowder at this point. There we are. So I think we'll actually be able to try this ritual a few times if it fails, right? Because we got all we have to do is get a few more of these breaths of the goddess, and we should be in good shape because we have 3 tag locks, we have 3 brews of love, we have 3 tag locks, we need 3 breaths of the goddess, 3 spider eyes, 3 gunpowder, and 3 brews of love. So hopefully with 3 tries we can get it. Because I expect, given my weakness in witchcraft and lying strength, that this will probably fail the first time out. And so we'll just try it again and try it again, because I think it can get really bad. And then if it gets so bad that I'm just constantly blinded, I guess we'll just end the episode in the series and just admit defeat. Or maybe go beg him to release us from the curse. But I'm hoping that we can do it of our own accord. Okay, let's see. How are we doing on Breaths of the Goddess? Well, we got plenty. Okay. Yeah, I think we're looking really good here. All right, folks. Let's do this. All right, folks, the altar is charged. The ritual is prepared. I have 3 tag locks bound to myself. Breath of the Goddess, Spider Eye, Gunpowder, Brew of Love. So let's do this. Once. First chime is a charm, right? You only need to do it once. I'm hoping. 4. And there it goes, consuming them. Remove my curse. I've got to tell you, that noise, I'm not so sure that I've managed to get my curse removed. But maybe? But maybe? I mean, it hasn't come back yet. Did I succeed at removing my curse? No curse, no slow, nothing. First try. Lying, do you hear me? I'm coming for you. But maybe not today. I'm a little afraid, to be honest. Whew. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. I feel great. I feel alive. I feel... Oh, no. Oh, dang it. I spoke too soon. No! Okay, so the curse... all right. How are we doing on altar power? We're good? Once more. And... go. Come on, do it. I'm pretty sure that was a success. And I'm pretty sure there's a spider right over there, but pretty sure that was success. That noise seemed to make sense. Oh boy. Okay, well, let's not get too excited, I guess. Let's remain calm. You know what? No, let's get excited. Woo! No more curse. No more curse. Okay, well, folks, we've successfully fended off our first curse, and I have a couple of voodoo protection poppets hidden in a safe place in a poppet table that no one else knows about, that you can't even get to by walking. In fact, it's not even around here, at least not around my house. So let's talk about the next big project then, now that we are free of this terrible, terrible thing. Next big project is to begin to build our base. Now, our base is up there, and obviously, I'll need to move my I need to move this little guy over here if I want to get up there, right? This little skull if I want to get back up there. But we can probably set up a more reasonable teleportation system soon. But what I want to do is get the building materials. Now, my thought on this was that we could do all sorts of things, but what I think would be really cool is to just keep taking this hexagon theme and enlarge it. I want to make a giant golden hexagon, freaking the size of that entire slime island. I want it to be at least 16, 17 blocks tall, just a featureless gold hexagon hovering in midair, crowned by that slime island. I think that'd be pretty cool. So how do we make it out of gold? Because gold is definitely the order of the day. We've been staring at this the whole time we've been here, just kind of eyeing it. So my idea for the gold aspect of things is actually not too complicated. Let me show you by grabbing some materials, and then we'll get to what we need to do. Oh, it feels so good to not constantly be cursed as I ran around getting the builds for this, the mats. It feels amazing. Like, I didn't realize quite how heavy that was weighing down on me, but it's just so great to just, like, run around and not be slowed, not have to lean on this. Okay, I'm sorry. I already did it. I gotta move on. I succeeded. Next up is to build some machines and make a giant gold hexagon in the sky. I gotta focus. I can't just pat myself on the back, but I did it. Okay. Our next goal is to build some stuff that will help us with that structure. The first of which I really want is this really cool machine from Ender.io. It is called the Alloy Furnace. And for this, we're going to need a few of these basic capacitors. We'll just build 2 for now. And then we want the alloy smelter. I think I have everything I need for that, so we can just go ahead and toss that right there. Now, this machine is fairly slow and kind of dumb to start, so we're definitely going to want to upgrade it. But let's also just go ahead and build the other machine we're going to want, the painting machine. I think I should have everything I need right there. Yep, make a painting machine. Now, the thing about these guys is that they definitely want a... well, they want a few things, but they want upgrades before they're really good. And so we're going to have to make some upgrades. But they're really, really cool machines. So let me first let's go ahead and start by looking at if we want to upgrade them, we need to make better capacitors. Like, basically, you can't use the basic capacitor, but you can make a double layer capacitor and an octatic capacitor to make these machines faster and stronger. I'll show you what they do in just a sec, but just trust me, we want them to be faster and stronger. Now, I'm feeling a little bit cheap right now, so I think we're just going to go for the double layer capacitor. For that, we actually don't need iron, we need electrical steel, right? So, yeah, we're going to need some of this stuff. We can hold off on that for a minute, though, just so that I can show you... because I may need a sag mill, I think, for that. Can I make that with electrical steel? I need silicon only? Oh, I could use silicon from Applied Energistics. That might actually be okay. I have a little bit extra of that. Anyways, why don't we actually go ahead and make something here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we want a block of gold, as we described. Right? No problem. Now we're going to go ahead and put that in here. Ta-da! Now, what we next want is conduit binder. Well, actually, what we want is conduit. Show you. We want these. Let's see, where are they? Either fused quartz frames, or basically, what we want to do is go ahead and make a bunch of conduit binder, and then from that we can make conduit. We can basically use that to make a whole bunch of stuff, including fused quartz frames and conduit binder facades. Right, so we need a bunch of this binder, which is made from this binder stuff, which is made from gravel, sand, and clay. Turns out almost all these things are renewable except for clay. Now, I should have just enough clay to proceed somewhere around here. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and make a little bit of this stuff just to start. There we go. Binding composite. Now, if we go ahead and toss that in here, you'll see that it nets quite a bit more. That's 4 of these conduit binders. So we should have enough to make a fair amount of stuff. We just need to wait for every one of these. There we go. And we can go ahead and dump that and wrap like this. So this makes one conduit facade. Now, if I toss that in here, what it's going to do is to make it disappear, do a little bit of cool animation, and slowly make conduit facade. Now, what's kind of interesting about this stuff is that when you put it down, it looks exactly like what you'd expect. Now, the Wila tooltip isn't fooled, but that's okay. What's really interesting, too, is that if you go and you hold this, then it actually becomes transparent, which is a little bit funny when you think about it, but can be kind of cool in and of itself. So, yeah, this is what I think we can build our tower out of. We can just go ahead and automate the production of this stuff at a grand scale, right? and then we should be all set to go. So that's what I'm going to spend the rest of the episode doing, is just getting to the point where we can use this quite a bit. Now, I, of course, need to make some of this electrical steel stuff, and I should have a little bit of silicon here, because we need electrical steel. I need 4 coal, 4 iron, and that in this alloy furnace. So let's go ahead and put this in here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I just need 4 coal, like so. Now this will begin to, so slowly cook up, but it will gradually make the electrical steel that we need for our upgrades, which we definitely want to make these machines faster. Now, we have a problem in that we need lots and lots of clay, but it turns out that there's a couple ways we can make clay. One is magical crops, which is actually a pretty good way to do it, but we're not going to be there. Next is, of course, we've talked about this, we've made a little bit of slag, and we could make a slag factory, but I don't think we're gonna, because there's another way we can do it too. We can also make it in really, really large amounts with a chemical injection chamber, water vapor, and dirt. This is actually really, really useful. There's another way we can make it too, which is to use mutandis extremis on underwater dirt. But this does have a slight disadvantage in that I would have to sit around and actually craft this stuff. Some of this stuff is kind of a pain to stock. And what I'd like to do is just build a machine that'll kind of run over the course of an episode or two while I do some other stuff. And then we come back and we're like, hey, whoa, check this out. We have something amazing, right? And that would be great, because then we could just have, I'm going to need, if we're going to really make a giant hexagon in the sky that big, we're going to need so many of these conduit facades. We're going to need stacks and stacks and stacks. So I think that probably the clay block recipe is the way we're going to want to go. So we're going to do chemical. This is a new thing from the update to how is that chemical? Infuser? There we go. Chemical infuser. We're going to need, boy, a bunch of stuff. But that's okay. That's okay. We can do all of this stuff because we have all of our mechanism stuff in play. But what this machine's going to do is let us infuse chemicals and make huge amounts of clay. So all I have to do is go and dig a bunch of dirt really fast, put it on the top of the machine, and we'll go. Let me go ahead and build this off camera. It shouldn't take too long. The only thing that's annoying is I think I'm low on steel. No, I got enough. All right, just a sec. It'll just be a moment. Before I get to the next part of the build, I realize I need to get power out there to where I'm going to be doing the clay generation. I figured probably the easiest way to do this, well, there's a couple of ways, but I thought that maybe a cool way to do it, as opposed to the easiest, would be to use this new machine. So first, just go ahead and let me make these capacitor upgrades we were talking about, specifically these double layer ones. 1, 2, and now we can go ahead and toss these in here. Right, and that immediately doubles the power and the speed, basically, of it. And then what I can do is take a little bit of this iron and a whole lot of this redstone, and that's going to just go ahead and make dart iron, which is really annoying that it just did that. I don't want this. This is totally, it's so annoying. Stupid dart iron. No one wants you, dart iron. No one has ever liked you, dart iron. But yeah, so you can see that I'm making this conductive iron. Using that with some of this conduit binder makes a pretty good conduit. And so we're going to go ahead and cook up a bunch of this stuff. At least, I'm probably going to grab at least one more batch of this stuff. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll get to the next part of the build. But I just thought I'd show you how I was making the conduit. And how much better this upgrade is. Alright folks, so I think I got what I need here. What we're first going to do is make an infinite source of water that we can rapidly... We're going to generate a lot of water fairly quickly. Right, so the way we do this that we did before was to use the remote I/O block, but we're going to switch it up, and we're going to go ahead and use a transfer node from Extra Utility tooled for water. Now these are easy to make now. They used to be a lot more expensive, but now they're just redstone if you want just one. You could use an ender pearl if you want multiples, but really they're quite cheap. So let's go ahead and make a fluid version of these, which as you can see is also quite cheap. Oh yes, that's a little bit of a problem, isn't it? Well, then we're going to have to cover this. I think I actually have some stone slabs around here somewhere, so I'll have to fix that. Because that's not going to work at all. Where are my buckets? Shoot. All right, there we go, water. Now, I actually need 2 machines to proceed. One of them is the, well, what we saw before, which is the chemical infuser, right? But we actually need, if you see, we need water vapor for it. It works with vapor. So what we have to do is actually put down this machine called a rotary condensator. Now I put that down there, and then I just want to get some water into it, which should be no problem. I just go like this, and we'll clean this up a little bit later. Like so, right? Now this has all the things it needs, and it should be able to receive water fairly fast once this thing realizes that it has water. Now, of course, it can't yet because I haven't broken underneath it. Let's just go like this. Let the infinite water flow through you. There we go. Now, that's not the fastest thing in the world, but it should figure it out pretty quick. And with that, I managed to get it working. It just took a second to figure out. This pipe does work just fine, but you have to make sure to run it into this side marked L, liquid, and you have to make sure to toggle operation. If I go, it starts out like condensating, but I want to decondensating. Dang it, thing, you're noisy. Stop being noisy. Anyways, so the next is this rather expensive block. I said chemical infusion. I actually meant chemical injection. This block is pretty expensive, costing 6 diamonds and other stuff, but it's Resonant Rise. Don't even worry about it. We're going to put that down, let that sucker charge up. And now this thing has water vapor, which we can use to make our clay. What we're going to do is use a little bit of this pressurized tube, which is just steel and glass. This stuff is cool. It's what can hold water vapor. So you can see there that we now have water vapor flowing out and into this. So now, if I just go ahead and take some of this compressed dirt I have, pull out a few stacks, right, and toss it in there, we'll see that pretty fast it's going to begin to make just a ton of clay for us. Now, like any mechanism machine, I can ask it to automatically eject. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just break this block here. And I think I have a barrel. I do have a barrel on me. And we'll go ahead and break this block here as well and put that right there. Now, all we have to do is ask this to automatically eject. The blue is the back there. I think this is the back. So let's just make that link to dark blue. And we should see it begin to eject shortly. I think that's the back anyways. I think. Well, I'll get it working in a sec, but you can see that we definitely have an awful lot of clay coming our way, right? This is fantastic. And it's really not that much power. And you can see that we're not using that much water either, so we could probably use other water stuff out here too. Now, I know it's a little ugly, but don't worry about it because, at least don't be afraid, right? Oh, auto-eject on. There we go. That should start to auto-eject as soon as it figures it out. Aha! There we go. It's one of those things where it doesn't quite update right, but we'll figure it out because all we have to do is just right-click it and it updates. We have 7 clay, and we're making more all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and toss a bunch of this dirt in there. And that'll just make us an absurd amount of clay. I mean, we're talking about all the clay we could ever want and then some. And then it begins to snow. And I think our battery will be fine with this treatment. Let's just go ahead and hop down there and maybe check. Because I don't think we're going to be draining out our power system. That system shouldn't be doing too much. Yeah, we're net positive. We're net positive. And we're only running 1 set of engines at a time. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. So, I wonder what we should do next. I feel like we've got a little bit of machinery, and we want to let this run before we can really continue. What do we do next? All right, folks. Well, I just had a glitch and lost a lot of my inventory, including my armor. I had the server politely refunded me some of it, but not much. So, at least on the upside, we have, you know, quite a bit of clay down there, 7 stacks and then some. So we'll be able to make some serious progress because that is a lot of clay. I mean, that's just like a silly amount of clay. And we will begin, next episode, we'll begin to turn that into conduit binder and then into conduit facades and then to painted conduit facades so that we can build our epic sky palace. In the meantime, I'm probably going to go mining because if you look in my chest here, you can see I'm perilously low on iron. It's not good. I also need to restore my gear, which I lost, and think about what I'm going to wear next. Maybe I'll make something from witchery. That could be fun. In the meantime, folks, if you like what you've seen today, if you'd like seeing me finally overcome Lying's cruel curse, and you're interested to see what's new in the new ChaosVille release, which I actually, when I started recording, it wasn't released, and when I finished, I stopped recording. I said I should stop goofing around. It is out. So you probably already know that, but it is out. If you didn't already know, go get the new ChaosVille if you're playing ChaosVille. Woohoo! And also, of course, you could leave a like, a subscribe, a couple comments, tell me what you think. I have actually gotten a lot of great help and ideas from the people, you know, who've been talking to me on there. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and I hope you'll join me next time when we'll begin to build our new base and perhaps begin to take a little bit of revenge on lying in Bedmon. Dun 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 doo 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 dun 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 dun. It's a jerk move, I admit, but come on, he'll never figure it out. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I should have made the glasses. In case you don't know, by the way, yes, this makes blocks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, no problem. This is why we bring Silk Touch picks. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And now to repair the damage. Take that.